Top of the evening, guys. It is the I Am Irvin MALACHI-RESEAN show, and I believe I did that just a bit earlier than I needed to. But hey, look, we're on time, god darn it. You guys know one of my favorite sayings is it's better to be on time. It is better to be early than it is to be on time, because if you are early, you are on time, and if you're on time, you are late. Therefore, if you are late, guys, what are you doing bothering showing up? Well, none other than this is endorsed by Eva Mary Express Homes, and you are surely on time. And if you say I am late, then guess what? You are racist. That's never going to get old. I don't think that's going to get old. All right, guys, I got a fun one in here for you guys. Super entertaining indeed. This evening, we're going to talk about real estate foundations for success, personal growth, and management. I want to talk about my foundational growth success based on just when I got started on, guys. I mean, it's super simple. What are we doing here? How did I even get into real estate? Why does it seem like, everything is in a bizarre manner in which it could look that way? It sounds outlandish. It's unwavering. Guys, I am a multi-billionaire that I am trying to put it all on paper, and I am assuring that you guys are also going to be making massive success. So it's kind of like you guys are paying me compensation by your views. And with your views, and of course with you guys being here, I do really appreciate you guys. And of course with the housekeeping, as you guys are coming in, please like, comment, subscribe, and ask questions. Because that is how I am able to upheaval us all as a community, and me being the pillar of my community and the guidance of light, like as a watchtower. I am seeking to assure that while I'm placing all of these billion-dollar notes on paper and bringing them into a reality and to fruition for you guys, I'm also bringing other individuals. So I have to make you guys multi-millionaires. I have to turn other individuals into multi-billionaires. That's how this thing works. So I have to spend $1 million to become a billionaire. And when I get $1 billion, I have to spend $1 billion to become a trillionaire. And so it's principle-based. It's not about money. Money is the byproduct. Okay, so money is not my objective here. No, money is not the goal, which is why I'm giving this away for free 99. I don't mind. It takes my time. Timing is the most valuable that I have. I'm never going to get it back. It's irrefundable, which is the reason why I express this in a sincerity manner. Now, my foundations and principles were always built on the status of my business, which was to provide value and service to individuals, but that provided me the freedom to bring this information to you at an extraordinary level with exceptional luxury, being as though that you all are able to adhere to my voice and also make the proactive steps in the proper manner, insurance that you guys are moving forward in a sensibility that this can actually hone you into whatever craft that you guys are pursuing after, or whatever that guidance of light to be for you. So without furthermore, I just want to assure that you guys understand why this success means so much to me, why this means the very pointation of telling you guys I started real estate back in 2017, not in 2024. It took time over time of failures, of constant failures, doing the same things over and over again, which is a complete insanity by definition. Losing the friends and who I thought were close to me, being wrong done by family. I mean, I don't mind being straightforward with you guys. I'm probably some evil character in some other individual's mindset. That I played in their story. I don't mind being the bad wolf in that mindset, because of the fact that I know that I had pure intentions, and that my intent was to do right by them, and I did in that moment. So are my relationships as strong and solid? Yes, foundation principally wise, I know that I have some solid individual friends. You guys don't need hundreds of friends if you have a solid 6 friends. And if those friends that you are with now were those solid 6 friends, you'd be exactly where you would want to be in life. So if you're seeking around yourself, do a self-audit. If you're not where you want to be, audit the individuals that are around you. Who in your circle is limiting you to the minimum belief that you are not already where you are seeking to be? I look in my circle and I am inspired by these individuals because they have of something that I desire, and it is a fruit It is a fruit to me, but it is foolish of me to continuously and derogatorily provide individuals who are not or gainers up to me or that are causing me my detriment. So I audit my friends. My friends are okay with being audited. Sometimes they don't like the stuff that I say, but sometimes I don't like the stuff that they say. But it's a mutual transgression of each other. So what we do is we cause a calamity on each other to cause each other to think outside of the box and the normalities and assurance that even though that we could be potentially the opposite, polar opposite of that individual, however, that's what brings the enlightenedness in us, and that's what takes us to the brinks of where we want to be. Guys, I tell you, family, I tell you this more times than over. The place where you are in life right now and where you're attempting to get to or where you want to be is simply called a middle foundational pointation or gray matter area. It's called growth, which is the most uncertain and most doubtful time that you may be in fear of. However, I can tell you that anxiety is an illusory thinking. It is not real. Your reality is more real than what the CNN news stories will tell you. They're more reality than what mainstream media and algorithms will place you under the belief of understanding. So this is not one of those theoreticals of conspiral theories, because conspiral, meaning by definition etymology, is evil, and a theory is a pointation of something that could be possibly true. So there are evil theories, evil theorists that could be possibly truths. So in many cases, you hear individuals say evil realists. They have the realization of what's real, and they also have understandings of what evil is. And once you get to the pointation, and I'm really diving deep into one of my literatures, and it's talking about the evil mindset. It's talking about that ability. And I know you guys out there, you smart individuals know exactly what book I'm talking about. You're really honing in on it. That book is a very, and drop down below if you guys want me to actually tell you what that book is. I don't mind providing. I am a bookaholic. Like, I'm a bibliography by heart. I go out and I read books galore. I don't mind working on 5 different books or 2 different books. If I really like a book, I'll hone in onto it. If not, I'll pick like 5 out of the lot. And within those 5 have some kind of development within inside of me, whether it be social, whether it be economical, whether it be wealth, whether it be self-development, whether it be some sort of faith-based or just keeping the soul, because I believe as a body, we have to keep our temples as pure as possible, keep our minds aware and perspicacious. And that's the reason why I hone in on what more so why I hone in on what Andrew Tate states. Is my unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any human endeavor. I think I really like that one. Just because I'm able to hone into it, and it gives me some Latin terminologies behind it as well, some bibliography behind it as well, so that I can really start to gain the insight of not knowledge of where I want to be, especially in the growth spectrum. Because guys, when I was starting in 2017, I wish I had these thought theories in mind of being able to solve property owner challenges in exchange for ownership control of the property, where I'm compensated with the property. I'm not compensated with money, I'm compensated with the property. So in many cases, I own equity. So there's an equitable position in which I can exchange for actual monetary value for what others may consider as money, but money in many different antics or many different meanings simply means energy, stored energy. And many times over, you hear individuals talk about the stored energy in which you are now inhabiting of other individuals. So what kind of energy are your friends, the 6 friends that you have around you that are bringing this out for you? So that's something I really honed in as a foundation principle, is that I was not satisfied where I were when I was originally taking a look inside of real estate. And of course, me gaining the learning curve over time established me in a positioning where I can now be a realist in my circumstantial, where it's like, it's not because I'm not having major success. It's just simply because it's my time. My time is always going to be based off of the growth that I have. If there was any ignorance of evil, ignorance that I did not know of, there's just a lack of knowings. So once I gained the knowings of how that prescribes to me being able to be in the position where I want to get to, it's super simple. All I do is a very interesting turn. It's called a pivotal moment, guys. That pivotal moment is prescribed directly in where you guys are circumstantially today. So if you do not know how to get to where you're going, be grateful for that, because that is where you guys are starting to make the turn into where you guys are seeking to get to. So my objective is 100,000 units is a number basis. That's just where I prescribe to be as over growth wise, but in where we are in the grand scheme is being able to build the foundation of development of other individuals who are actually doing 100,000 units. Being able to earn friendships over years and being able to really lock them in, because the more you lock in those friendships, you're also locking in the longevity of how this works. So if you don't see them in the picture now, they ain't with us no more for a reason. They didn't fit the figurement. So the figurement is being able to each and every individual that you come across while you're building your status and allowing yourself to get to that freedom, it will generally get you to where that purpose in life is for you. And you're never going to stop chasing purpose. You're never going to get. There's a saying that men and women are completely different, because men chase for fulfillment and contentment. Women chase happiness, because happiness is what makes a woman satisfied. So what I see, and I tell you, is that the individual party who is seeking to gain to the next level is also the same individual who has really gained an insightful and enlightenment into where they're seeking to get to, and it fascinates them more than the other party does. Now, at a very fundamental level, the parties in which I learned from before may have had something that I needed within that time frame of life to provide me and propel me into where the next stages of life. Just like you walk outside of a room right now, you can, if you got multiple rooms or you're inside of a building, don't you transition into a different room? You walk out of one room, you could be sitting down doing something, and you think of something, and you're like, hold on, let me go back and grab XYZ, whatever that Z is, right? And you go back and you look for it, and you say, hold on, wait a minute, what did I mean to go and get? There was something I may have not pertained to me. There was something I needed, but I didn't get it. What was it? Or what was that? But you transitioned. So all that occurred in the previous room was where your mindset was when you moved. You transitioned into a new mind state. So every individual that I learned from, and I can learn from anybody. I've always learned best that the cheapest way to learn is from other individuals who made the mistakes that I don't want to make. If you're a multi-billionaire, you got some multi-billion dollars of mistakes that you've made that's going to save me multi-billions of dollars of spending. And even if you've been in circumstances where you used to smoke cigarettes. I've never really been a fan of smoking cigarettes. Like I was young and I tried it. One of those things, like you're young, you try it. And cigarettes was like a really poor thing that I never really gained hound on. But I know individuals who are hooked on them. So I do push forward for you guys to get off the cigarettes. But I am not the individual who's going to tell you like, yo, I want you off the cigarettes. I'm going to demand you off the cigarettes. Like, no, you are choosing a guidance of life that you want to be in. And so it works for the same factors for individuals who are in a circumstantial where they are trying to get to the next level. You can learn their theoretical basis or what they've experienced, not even theory, but their experience and how this works. So why I'm sharing this with you and not to boast, but impress upon you that this is possible and this is real, because this is personal growth for me. We are on day number 45 and episode number 45 of day number 40 in our cold calling challenge. And I am impressing upon you that it is possible for you to grow in real estate. Over 7 years of success was not an overnight success for me getting my first private money lender. I'm pretty sure if I honed and knocked off a lot of separating the wheat from the chaff, you guys know I love using that analogy, is simply because I really remove everything that is not causing me to grow and things that willow away and are not going to be here. If put it in the most simplest, if after 10 minutes, if it doesn't matter within 10 years, I don't spend my time with it. That's just how this works. So friendships that I know that are going to be last longing, I spend a lot of time on them, and I develop the friendship with the most experts that I am able to provide it to them with. And they provide it back to me. That's why I have a constant going and thought theories about the other person more so than myself, simply because it's not just because I want to be selfish, but I want to be selfless, and I can't be the best person I am able to be if I'm constantly worried about that individual. That person is placed in a position in life that could probably take us both in a position out of where we both want to be. So I allow them to learn it, and if they ask me for my help and my best advocacy or my best, they don't ask me my opinion. It's expensive. Opinions are really expensive, guys. So, but they ask of me of a friendship's point of view and how, as a friend, they can answer that question. Now, how great it is to have friends in all many different sectors, in all many different points of life, in all many cases that may be, and how I spend most of my time with those who enjoy the qualities of life and enjoy the most simplistic minimalists of life. Not the minimal, not just like the smallest things that you maybe think of, like, I don't know, like where you go out to eat at night and where the kind of places you like to hang around and things of that nature. Although those do matter, and they matter a lot. I pertain to see the principles in life that individuals hone into, like being around for family orientation. I think that's like number one for me. Being able to growth and have a growth mindset. I think that's like highly number one, but falls in number two. And being a lover in life, that way that I know that I can continue being a lover and passing that forward, and also return back to me as a regime for me that love conquers all. So I go even with my enemies who may hate me and want to kill me. And on the battlefield, we're at war, I have to share them with the compassion of love. I know it's an ironic thing to say, but if you guys read 48 Laws of Power or by Robert Greene, or you read Sun Tzu's Art of War, you guys will have a better understanding of understanding your enemy more better. Not to say that you should go out and create enemies, but you are in the same bucket or same peridium as, or you are having, let me reiterate, you are having a peridium shift in your life based upon the individuals who are competing with you. So if anybody who is competing or feels though you're competing with individuals less than you, it's simply because you're not really pushing yourself to the fullest extent. I am pushing myself daily to the furthest that I can be able to, and sometimes I push beyond my limits. In fact, more times than I ever really noticed, I am already pushing myself beyond my limitations. I just haven't acknowledged that, and that's why I'm talking about management here, because I have to be able to have that Pareto principle that I know that I'm going into that next round. I'm bringing out that best parts of Irvin, Malachi-RESEAN, Irvin, and pushing it towards getting the fullest, purest that I can find of life. What in life brings me the fullest potentiality? What is more beneficial for me that my team can enjoy as well? See, it's 6 of us that can all push towards, but they got other things that's going on in life that pertain to themselves as a completely separate entity. Did you guys understand that? Like, there's 10 individuals in your closest realm, and you probably only talk to about 3, 4 of them most of the time. Out of those 3 to 4, they have 10 other individuals who may be pertaining to 3 or 4 of those select individuals. So auditing yourself audits those individuals who it audits themselves. And if they're not auditing themselves, how did you all really become friends? So I say all this to say, as a success tip to you guys, is as you are building the foundation principles for understanding that you are now no longer attempting to live in this survival mindset of how this animalistic world works. However, you're built out of that kennel in a sense. Whereas now the sensations of where life is leading you to is built a status for you of what you're not. Everything that you're not is because of who you are. And everything of who you are makes you what more of you than you really are today. So in the instance that you realize of who you are today, you can figure out where you want to be based off of who you are today. And it's what pushes you and causes that growth mindset within you. Just triggering you guys here. So what does all of this have to do with calling individuals? What does all of this have to do? Because when I talk to individuals, it's a really in-depth perspective of being able to learn from individuals but also being able to push myself in pursuit of where I'm seeking to get to. And I tell you guys that's a lot. 100,000 units is not an overnight thing. It's not a 7 to 8 year thing. It's all dependent on how quickly I want to advocately get there. And I'm advocating on behalf of other individuals in the means of exchange of compensation with the timing that they may have learned something that I have not. The individuals that I am gaining more insightful of their life is based on me being able to be the individual who can dictate what kind of clientele I want to work with. Do I want to work with clients who are bringing in a salary at less than 6 figures? Do I want to bring in a salary less than 6 figures? Do I want to bring in a capacity party of individuals who are always partying out, socializing? I mean, I do like to socialize. I social with individuals. I'm very sociable. I'm a social butterfly, as they call me. Super weird, but I'm not. Dude, you're never gonna hear me admit to it. But anyways, I'm the type of individual who can go to certain different backgrounds and ethnics and cultures, and as I may stand out like a sore thumb, for whatever reason, I'm accepted. So individuals enjoy seeing those things. Especially with being around business orientation, I'm able to diversify myself inside of being one whole person, but being able to speak to a multitude of individuals. You can have a room of 100 individuals, but that's two opinions per person, how they all think about me. I can't dictate how that person thinks about me for those individuals, for 100 individuals who have two opinions of their own, two mindsets of themselves. And many times over, you psychos out there, because if there's 3 people in the room, one view, if I have 1 or 2 viewers who are viewing at a time, I mean, somebody's got to be a psycho here. I'm putting that out there, not calling you guys a psycho, but I'm not claiming it either. What I will say, though, is that when I'm speaking to a room of individuals, inside of that room is going to be a dictation of many other individuals who hear under the sounds of my voice. And of course, when I get to Madison Square Garden and I'm speaking this in the enactment, 26 years old now, and I'm going to look at this in another like several years later and be like, man, major different mindset. May have not went the way I wanted. I know it's going to go the way I want, because I know I am pushing towards assurance that I am going to have my 4 for sures. I'm definitely always going to be living take this how you will, a luxurious lifestyle. I'm going to be living a life. I'm always going to be living a life that is better than most. That's just the realities. That's Darwinism. That's survival of the fittest. Selects the few. I just tend to say I hang around individuals who seek to have a better lifestyle than most. So always in the perspective, I'm always going to have a nice relationship with individuals that I love and care for. That's a must. That's always a guarantee that you're going to see. And I'm probably going to get better at having better relationships. So that's a guarantee. My third guarantee is more than likely that I'm always going to be physically physique, and I'm always going to be as handsomely as possible, as you guys can tell, or women can tell. You got around, you better watch yourselves. I'm always going to be physically physique, because I'm always seeking to push myself to the next level. Let's see. That's a bot. And then my last guarantee is I'm always going to, well, this number 4 probably means the most to me more than anything, but I'm always going to pursue that next level, because I am a limitless individual. And probably let's add on a bonus just for my viewers. The bonus, I'm always going to be uplifting this world better than I found it than when I got here. I'm never going to be in I would rather be in a position where I'm always pushing the world to be better than what I see it at, than being in a position where I feel like I'm not going to be pushing this world better. I will push until something happens. I will push until the glass breaks, and when that glass shatters, it is going to be a new limit of where the world needs to be. That's just how this works. So performance-wise, I am performing in a means where it's peak performance, and then other individuals are pushing along with me to break that peak. And I'm pretty sure you guys have someone in your arsenal thinking of the same concepts. You just probably haven't dug deep enough and done an audit to those individuals. And I'm probably, after this video, going to be doing some auditing to see who else is having these same theoretical thought processes. Because I am critically thinking that there may be somebody else who's thinking these exact thoughts. I just haven't asked the right questions yet. I got to ask the better questions. The better questions bring out the better results. So if I have these thought theories in front of you guys on a live recording, I can start going back and listening to these over and over again, so that when I'm calling individuals, I know what I'm looking for. Because the next level is in the other person over the phone who I'm speaking to, and I'm also advancing with them to place them in a position where they're seeking to get to. So if I can push them where they're attempting to get to, I can push myself to get there as well. You guys are hearing under the sounds of my voice on a recorded line over the I believe YouTube is almost in like 30 to 40 different countries. Oh, gosh. I'm pretty sure there's more than enough of you individuals out there. This is just one country, guys. There's almost 8 billion individuals. Even at 1% of those 8 billion hear this video here, 1% of them, one at best, even only at best 8 million individuals hear it. I solemnly swear that my objective is to assure that the upheavaling of where this world is today is taking us to an advanced level, like where you see all these other individuals are seeking to take the world to, but you aren't really seeing what the underlying agenda is. And always, it's only wrongful to have an underlying agenda when the other parties are not aware of what it is, which is servitude. Now, me, I tell you, I'm giving it to you guys. So there isn't no, so what is he thinking? No, I tell you, straightforward. Like, there's never going to be a time you think that I'm getting over on you. You're going to either say, hey, you're trying to get over on me, or you're gonna have the false interpretation because of past experiences of individuals getting over on you, and now me providing it to you straightforwardly. You're now seeing it as now a new perspective that there are individuals who do not have underlying agendas, that are good people, and I am the reflector of that. So now I'm providing that at a maximum level or a principled level of the highest honor for you guys to also abide within that as well and pass that forward. That's the only way that this works in this world. So the only way I can perform in this world is to provide this information at a means without servitude, where you guys are being able to take what I'm stating and make an enactment thereafter. All right. So wanted to state that I am managing myself, being able to provide performance at a maximum level, being able to have the irrefutable laws, as I continuously state. I firmly believe that when you ask, it is given. I do believe when you are bringing more knowledge to power, you will then find power. Only the individuals who seek power are powerless. So I know I have a grandeur power. I know that I'm a powerhouse because of the electrifying individuals that I'm surrounded by and that are constantly making a daily change. And these are high-level individuals. These are high-income individuals. These aren't just like some individuals that are doing a little sleazy stuff on the side and thinking they'll get over people. No, these are genuine people. These are authentic individuals who perform in a manner that are really taking the world to the next level. You would be amazed by the individuals that I have conversations with and that I'm associated with. It's just only that I am grateful that I have the opportunities to speak with them and I can dialogue with them, because I have a firm belief that pain, well, one, I learned from Ray Dalio, is that pain plus reflection equals progress. However, on the other handedness of that, I also learned through Jay-Z that Hov said, what you reveal, what you heal. So I'm revealing to you all how I feel in this circumstantial about these videos over the past 40 days and how I want to continuously grow to an ability to speak to more individuals so that I can start working with you all on a one-on-one level. I want to make sure that I'm getting rid of all the individuals who don't think that they can do it, that they just have to get pushed by the wayside. But those who know they can do it, but they just need that helping hand, that person who can hold their hand and get them to that next level perspective. I am going to take them to that next level. Do you understand that there is a leveling process that a rocket goes through? That it breaks down different barriers within inside of one rocket to get to the next atmosphere. It's all a part of one rocket, guys. You gotta drop that dead weight. So I help you. I advocate on your behalf to drop that dead weight. Move that dead weight off you, so that you can uplift yourself to where your standards are to be. And I know a lot of you individuals who are hearing this and absolutely are amazed at this, because it's like, it's confirmation. You're probably going to hear this somewhere else down in your conversations, because you're hearing it here, and now you're going to take it to that next level where it needs to be. And that's just simply because you heard it here, and it's going to dawn on you that it wasn't just I am Irvin Malachi-RESEAN. It was through me, and you came to a source that had an abundance thereof, because life is an abundance. There is no lack in this life. If you think about it, you work for food, right? Right? You work for food, you perform, and you're fed, right? You start a garden, and then you plant a seed. It doesn't produce a fruit overnight. With, of course, there's seasons that it must go through. There's seasons of summer where you have to protect your crop. Of course, let's talk about the springtime when you're planting your seed. You're planting your seeds, and your seeds are now just fermentating, and then you're protecting them through the summertime. Let's talk about the fall. You know, when you have to be grateful for the fall, or maybe in the winters when things are cold and things are seemingly harder. There's an abundance, though. You plant one potato and you have 10, 15, and 20 more than that you ever planted from the initial plantation. And then, of course, with the abundance of you don't work for water. Like, water comes to you freely. There's more than 78% of the world is in your body as well. Isn't it irony that 78% of your body is water, and there's 80% of the Earth's surface is water? There's an abundance of water. So you have abundance of water, you have abundance of food. You should have an abundance of resources. So as a management, what resources do you feel as though that you're lacking now, that you may have in front of you, before you, that you just have to use and enact and enable yourself to produce the results in which you're seeking? It's all in the mindset. I'm telling you guys. Somebody's gonna get confirmation tonight. You're like, yo, that was all mindset. I thought it was the caged bird who thinks flying is an illness. You remove that individual away from you. Say ill. You've removed that crab in the bucket syndrome. You say ill. Let me get away from that. And you started being around individuals who are cultivating the circumstances that you seek to have. All circumstances aren't bad circumstances. Just as all consequences aren't bad consequences. There's good consequences. There's performance consequences. There's excellent. Just like you got bad credit, good credit, you got excellent credit. When your reputation is excellent, you're also going to produce excellency from other individuals. That's just how I perform. I perform around excellence. I perform around credit-worthy individuals who are seeking a better, substantial life for themselves. So that is about where I want to really start to get into more of how this development is for you guys. I want to start giving you guys the goods on greatness and excellency, because we've gotten through all of the foundational principles that were necessary, and I believe that we really honed in on status of what we're doing here. I really believe that taking it to that next level is absolutely 100% necessary. I do not want to be in a position where I feel like I'm doing the same things over and I don't want to get to that next level. I got to take it to the next level, guys. My apologies if we move too fast for you. Hey, guys, I only know Godspeed. That's all I know. I know I move with the quickness. I know I have to have it done. I have an objective to meet. You guys have to adapt to that next level. And if that next level is just not something where you guys can move at a pace of, guys, check all of my previous videos. We're going to be continuously moving in the direction that's bringing us the produce of success. And that's just how this works. I can't leave you guys any apologize. I can't say sorry because there's no sorries in winning. There's only we did, so the success came. And if you felt as though it was an infringement against you, that's on you. There's some working that you have to do on your part. But we don't amend for subpar performance. There's only success or performance. We only know what limitless is. We only know that the magic of reality settles in when you are in a state of conviction. When you feel as though that you're chastised for being in a circumstance, you are automatically given the decision: am I going to grow from this, or am I gonna be upset with Malachi because he told me that I needed to grow more than myself? If that's you, and buddy, you got a lot more, and my videos just may not be for you. And in fact, I know this isn't for you because I don't carry no whiners. Murmurers is what is a biblical terminology for whining, crying, or any of those words. I only seek to speak on joy and fulfillment and purity, purification, fulfilling contentment, and being a minimalist, showing you guys how to successfully win with the 20% of efforts and energy that you're giving it now, and explode it to 100% effort. In fact, 110% effort, because I need you to give yourself surplus. I believe in surplus in life. There's an abundance, but then there's surplus. Like, I can have fruits. I can grow my own fruits from my own home. I can have my own tomatoes, my own cucumbers, my own beets, my own peas, my own green beans, my own asparagus, my own collard greens. I can have my own spinach. However, when it's said at the end of the day, and I have extra tomato or surplus tomatoes left over, I'm going to start opening it up for other individuals based on a buddy system, and then off of a trust system, you guys can go and collect and leave a securitized donation into consistently having the results that we're producing for other individuals as well. And this is how the I Am Urban Malachi-RESEAN show works. And that's how this will be. On this evening, I'm going to be using, you guys already know, I'm going to be using the mailers this evening. Hope that is something you all were needing on this evening, and I was hoping that I provided it at a substantial level that just kept it real with you. I just want to be realistic. I don't want to show you guys no size of me that ain't real. It's just, that's how I work. First one that I pulled off is a stacked problematic property. As you guys can see here, this is a return label. So if this person doesn't live in their home, all right? Here's another thing that I see. What is the irony in that, all right? I can tell you what the irony is. When you aim, your tendency to hit either what you're aiming at or higher. So if you aim for the moon, you can hit the stars. If you aim for the stars, you can hit the moon. So aim for the stars so that you can hit the moon. And it seems as though that I hit not only a problematic property, a nuanced property, what may be problematic for the county because this is from a county lead. However, this is also a lead that was a return mailer for us, and it was also a deceased individual on this party. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do some deeper diving into this one. I kind of chunk these down into simple size bites, elephant size, and then I break it down and I sell it to you guys in pieces, bite by bite, with the last piece being the most expensive. And what that means is what I'm going to do is allow my team to get into this one here so that they can perform on this particular property, because this is going to take some searching inside of, it would take some searching inside of who may own the property, but we're not going to be able to find that with the information that I'm giving to you guys, the free 99. But if you would wish for to hear more about how we go about finding probate owners, it's a super simple process. What we do is we're going to use our means of how we get in contact with them originally. And if you guys need some one-on-one help on how we do this, just drop a comment below or send us a DM. My information is below. And what that'll allow you to do is to now can figure out how my team will vet this lead to find a close relative in which it may be a part of getting in contact with the local mortuary or speaking with someone who may have made the publication. Maybe it was an attorney that made the publication. This property may be on a probate list already, may have had a will attained to the property, but for whatever reason, they placed deceased on here. And this was not done by just any particular individual. This was done by a party who knew how to respond to these mailers. So we're going to place that one to the side and we're going to move to the next one. So return mailer, and this looks like it's been redirected twice because there's two separate mailers. So let's see. All right, so yeah, there's two separate ones here, which means it was redirected twice. So it was either redirected from the point of one postal service to the next, which means that it attempted to be delivered and it wasn't delivered because once it was delivered there, that return address was a completely separate address, and they attempted to deliver it and they were not able to deliver it, which was this one here. They were not able to deliver it, so they attempted to redeliver it and they couldn't redeliver it, so they mailed it back to us, which was why we have two mailers on one. So I'm going to actually just tie these in together. These just go in the garbage. These bring us no real efforts towards any. It brings us no win. But let's go ahead and try to get in contact with this individual for the sake of time purposes. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Very first thing, I'm going to use my handy dandy parcel map. Why is it handy and why is it dandy? It's handy because I would rather preferably use deal machine for you guys, but we haven't made it to that leveling of deal machine on here yet. So when I start getting to those levels where deal machine is open to doing an endorsement, we will provide them with the access that they need to the resources that we have that would benefit them, so that they can endorse the show. Because I believe what we have will solve their major challenge. In fact, I know it will, because we're doing it for our clients here. So get in contact with us so we can definitely take that burden off your shoulders, especially with those expensive return mailers or that large invoice bill, massive invoice bill, so you can provide more service to other individuals who are maybe facing a hardship and want to use the deal machine, and 14 days may not be enough for them. We may need to up it to 21 days for them. All right, so here we go. All right, here's the particular property. We have the property owner's information. We have a possible return mail because, remember, we don't have the exact. It was returned from one location and sent to a separate location, in which that location was then not the property owner's address location, their mailing address. So here's what I can do. Super simple is go to, and because I know the city and state, I'm just going to jump right to it. SDAT, that is the State Department of Assessments and Taxation. So I won't need Netter Online for this one. Just happens to be doing the business. We urgently do this business. We urgently close real estate deals, and we urgently get in contact with property owners. So we've learned certain counties' methodologies of providing public information So the fundamentals, once you get the fundamentals down, this is super simple, easy for you guys. So I'm going to find it in the city. I'm going to use the address. So this is something that Netter is not going to provide me with. Netter can provide me the very low barrier entries of third parties, but they're not going to show me this information here. They can show me the tax ID number, the parcels number. They're not going to show me the mailing address. Okay, I had a spacing letter. Okay, so I have the property owner's name. I have their possible mailing information. All right, next step is going to fastpeoplesearch.com. Okay, this one's a bit more up. There we go. This one's a bit more of an out-of-state individual, so we're actually gonna have a little more time with this one because they have quite a few numbers to go through. So I'm just gonna grab all their numbers, possible numbers, and I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and hope that the first number is actually her number. Oh my gosh. Today is a great day to buy real estate. Every day is a good day to buy real estate, but today in particular, I really enjoy it. I tell you, if 2017 Malachi was looking, oh my gosh, he would be like, yo, you are still totally shitting on me right now. You are stunt doubling right now. You are doing the unthinkable, the impossible. All of what they told you was impossible. All right, so I need to double check these numbers, but there's so many numbers. I gotta make sure that there's no duplicates in here. Okay, so yeah, this was a duplicate for sure. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. 6-1. Okay, so yeah, 4. All right. We're just gonna call these numbers, and if they're duplicates, we're gonna know because the text will show. So that means we're gonna have to more than likely text the ones that are not working numbers too, just to be sure that we're getting what we're looking for.
Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Miss April Blackwell? Yes, my name is Malachi with Even Express Homes. How you doing this evening?
Okay.
That's good. I was curious, do you still own 3017 McElder Street in Baltimore?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I was curious if you'd be open to selling it to me. I'm buying a few more properties in Baltimore, and I would like this to be one of them.
Not right now. No.
Not right now?
No, I've never helped you.
Oh, I can help you with that. I'm buying more houses. Where are you looking in particular?
Running river, I need a 4-bedroom.
4 beds? Okay.
Yeah.
You moving with family, friends, or?
My family.
Your family? Okay. That's always good to have. All right. So you're looking for 4 beds, 2 baths. Anything particular you want inside of the house you want me to look for?
A nice basement and a nice yard.
Basement. You want a big backyard, or because Baltimore doesn't have concrete backyards.
Huh?
I said Baltimore only has concrete backyards.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were gonna laugh at that one because that was that was a little.
No, I don't need no grass.
You don't know grass? Okay, all right. Well, that's good. All right, maybe a nice little patio setback back there for you, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now I know what to go get from Lowe's for you when I sell you this house.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. And for the kitchen, is there a certain way you want the kitchen? I'm just trying to get a figurement of what I'm looking for.
No, it's like I have an outlet in the middle of my kitchen now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just gotta fix it up. I just once I gotta get my basement fixed back up because my central air. I ain't been here for 4 years and my house was kind of falling apart.
Really? Was it fresh a new build when you moved in?
As far as I know, that's what the road had told me. Everything was new, but I can't tell. The pipes in my basement. I called somebody. I need new pipes.
Whoa!
For my air.
You normally don't have pipe troubles till 15, 20 years later down the road.
Yeah, but I need new pipes up in my ceiling, and then the lights in the front part of my basement stopped working as soon as I got in here. So I'm like, okay, yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you having any troubles with filtration in your water?
No, it's just my air. It's my central air unit.
It's the central air unit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a plumber in the area. If you want me to have him come take a look at it. No. I work with the gentleman who like to choke the eagle on the dollar bill.
Well, can you give him my number so I can see how much he charges? Because I'm just going to make the work.
Yes, ma'am. Let me ask you this: is there a mortgage on the property?
Yeah, I should have mortgage. Yes.
Okay. Do you know what the payoff on it is?
I don't know. I got to look at my people. I don't know.
Okay, I'll let you get that information over for me, and once we follow up, maybe we can talk about a little bit where inside of your mortgage you would want to look if you were sold a home where there was troubles that you found later on, and maybe that'll be a bit more of a help for you.
Okay.
And especially with, I know you're wanting to move. Are you wanting to move in the county, or are you looking to move in the city?
I don't know county. Don't do that. I'm not no county person. I'm a city person.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I know the feeling.
Yeah, I'm a city person.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
On the bus line, I'm good to go.
Okay.
No far out in the county where no buses don't run.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what. If I could follow up with you, maybe in a couple of weeks, I can get a better figurement of a housing to look for 4 beds, 2 baths, basement with an island, central air. I can also start taking a look into the mortgage for you as well. See what stipulations in the mortgage were unfair practice for you, and we can work it that way. And in the event that they rescind it, or if something occurs with the mortgage, where it's beneficial for you to want to move into another home, we can work it. Whereas this may be a more seamless process than you thought before.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, Miss Blackwell, I do appreciate you taking my call this evening.
All right.
And I'll send you some, if it's okay. Is this a textable number?
Yes, it is. It's my cell phone number.
It's your cell phone number. Okay. Do you have maybe possibly a email address that I can send you some information on our company?
Yes, April Blackwell 314@gmail.com.
April Blackwell 84
314
314 at gmail.com.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. I will send you over some information. Give me till tomorrow morning. I can send it over to you early in the morning.
Okay.
And then we could take it from there. That way you'll have better understanding of how this will work, and you might like it.
Okay.
All right. Well, you enjoy yourself this evening, Miss Blackwell, and I look forward to talking to you in due time.
All right.
All righty. You take care, okay?
All right.
Bye. All right. It's super simple, guys. I don't look to overcomplicate this. I want to make this so fundamentally simple for you guys. You guys just think that this is like cheese. You just slice it how you like it, and that's precisely how it is. So I got several things out of this, and I'm using this as criticism for myself. Kind of overspoke her. She had some stuff that she wanted to tell me, and she wasn't able to tell me. So I'm gonna deeper dive into that. Dive in that tomorrow when we talk, because after I send her an email, I'm gonna definitely call her directly after. Another thing, she wasn't, whatever she was doing, she wasn't so happy to laugh and joke, but she did throw a couple stickers in there for me. It's like, ha! What you want? And I just I try to bring that energetic personality out of her, so that she can also be comfortable on the phone. So I like my clients comfortable when they can tell me stuff that they didn't think that they could tell other individuals, and it actually be sacred between us. So I create a rapport with them, and I believe I can give myself some justice on that I did build rapport. Overall, this was pretty good of a call, though. I got the number first go around, because it was like 20 different numbers after that one. Another last. I like to give myself at least 3 criticisms. Three big. If I could do 3 big differences each phone call, and over the next several other phone calls that I do, I'm pretty sure that my cold calling skills will advance. When talking to a client who is not in a means where they have to sell, where you're piquing their interest to sell. She's already said, I'm not interested today, but I may be interested sometime in the future. Okay, well, let's set up another couple weeks, couple months, some time down the road. That way when I call you back, you already know what I'm calling about. We're moving forward. The whole call back tomorrow thing may not be best, because she's not looking to get out of there until she finds a home that she's looking into. Which, when you're in a buying decision, you're gonna buy. But when you're in a skeptic, I'm trying to think about it kind of mood, you're probably gonna be skeptic and not really want to take that next motion step forward. Oh, the camera bottleneck thing again. Bear with me, guys. We're gonna kill the feed. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to be getting in contact with my realtor. That's my very first thing. I got to drop some knowledge on them real quick to get them vetted for to be able to buy a home. Shout out to my mortgage broker out there. Get her qualified for the mortgage. Probably had to do some rescindings because she was sold a home with complications inside of the home. There may be some advantage to, whereas there's some circumstances that we may best benefit for her, where she can go and enforce her rights. And when she enforces her rights, then she could be compensated for whatever reason. I didn't state that to her, but in the means that there is a compensation return to her for it. She could use that money towards moving, and I did tell her that. Like, if there's some kickback for you, then, or if there's something there for you to incentivize you to move, then we can use that as a means to move. So she was notified of that. So that was good. I don't ever want to get individuals under the precept that, oh, there might be a kickback or there's a compensation for you guys going and doing. No, you have a problem with your home. Yes, you have a problem. That's the very first thing I say. You have a problem. We can solve it. Resources are here. What do you want to do? Once I know what you want to do, and I can take it the next step and advocate on your behalf and move you in the direction you're seeking to go, because I have exactly the vehicle to get us from where we are to where we want to go. The very next steps in that is to assure that when we're making the process, make it super simple for her. I don't need her. She doesn't need to. She doesn't need to know what I'm. She doesn't need to know all the antics. That's one thing. That's where I was heart beating. It was like, I'm giving her a lot of information. It's the first phone call. She doesn't need to know all of it. Look at the timing and look at the duration of the call. The sale happens in the first 60 to 120 seconds because she didn't have to answer the phone. So that 120 seconds permits me to state a little bit more, build a little bit more rapport. That's where I spend the most of my time, is building rapport, finding more out about it. Once I got in that point, once that rapport is built, I can take it the next step further. But tomorrow is always going to be it's not going to be promised. So I have to state what's necessary in the very first phone call so that we can get to the next one. So let's do the next one. So like I said, we got to do 4,500 phone calls to property owners in these next 90 days. Over these next 90 days, we have to have results, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting some results. So we're going to do a follow-up call on this one. Super simple. I'm just going to grab all this information here, and I'm going to drop this in my notes. Calendar. Oops. All right, I just needed to make sure that I got the mailing address, but I got the premise address too, because I didn't have the premise address in my notes. And if she's living in that property and her mailing address is completely separated, it's kind of interesting. Super interesting. Because she said she's living in that property. I have a mailing address for her, but that mailing address is somewhere else. All right, I'm gonna do a follow-up call on the letter I sent her, or email that I'm gonna send her. Actually gotta have a different coloration for this one because the team needs to know that this one actually is going to get a mailer, this was a mailer, but the mailer actually responded. So let's make sure we update this properly. All right, and I need to send out my technician to that house as well. My technician can get us the information that we need so that we can get a better insight of the house too. Okay, good to go. All right, on to the next one. Ooh, this auction is coming up soon. It's coming up in a day. So I don't want to use that one. Need something at least 7 to 10, or at best 15 days out. Ooh, this one looks nice. Here we go. All right, we got a foreclosure ID number. Just need to figure out when is the auction date. Oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna place this inside of our notes. Oh, I'm glad it came to mind. I didn't send her a text, so I gotta send her a text too. So, that's one thing I'm big on is once I do get my yes, I have to show them my appreciation. Just put a little sauce on it for you guys. Just shoot them a call. When they call you, they tell you yes, give all the information. Send them a nice little thank you text. Or you can leave them a nice little voice reminder. Like people like that too. People like the personalized voice. Hey, thank you for taking my call. Blah 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 blah. Look forward to talking to you on XYZ. And if there's anything I can do for you the time until we speak again, just shoot me a call. Let me know, or shoot me a text. Here's my number. Here's my information. Give me a call. That way they know who you are. And the next time you call, you're not calling them out of the blue anyways, and you're like, oh wow, this makes sense to me. Who this person is. People love that stuff. When you personalize it to them, they love that. Oh gosh darn it! I need to make sure I change that. Stops with the assistance. That is the foreclosure date. Now this one is going to be the property inquiry. And this one's going to be set out for 2 weeks from today. 1, 2. Oof, that's too close to the date. It's 31. And 15-minute phone call. All right, start my notes. All right, let's figure out who owns this property here. I got a foreclosure property that I'm seeking to advocate on their behalf, stop the foreclosure, and get them out of foreclosure by. Oh, and we got the law group. Wow, that's a first. Just curiosity excites if they have other properties. Wow, that's the first time I've ever seen the actual law group have their name and information out there without the number. But let's see if we can see the sales under here. Foreclosure. Oh, wow, they do quite a few. But they don't have call. Darn it. They do evictions too. That's so badass. Okay. All right. I don't see any sales on here. I have to call them up and get some information on them. Yeah, I'll get some calls on them. Get some information on them. So let's go ahead and find out what we need to know about this one. All right, I'm just gonna save that off to the side for now because I needed that company's information. Oof. I didn't realize the time, so I was enjoying this. All right, we're gonna do this one, and we're gonna go for gold. All right, so first things first, always find out who owns it. Of course, I'm gonna use parse ups, just get an edge on the timing. All right, and pull up fastfoodsearch.com, cheapfoodsearch.com. Okay, I believe I look to believe that I've found the individual who may be the possible homeowner. So we're going to jot down these numbers really quickly, see if they have any emails attached to their name, in which they do. And then I'm going to check TruePeopleSearch.com just to see if there's any differentials in numbers, names, things of that nature. And we do. And in fact, all the numbers are the same here too. Okay, so here's what we're new next. We will check to see if there's any emails. All right, none of the numbers, none of the emails differentiate, so we're just going to call these individuals using the numbers that we have available. This number is actually associated with a completely separate individual too. Just realizing. Yeah, so when you reverse cold call, when you reverse the skip tracing, you can actually see whose names are all attached to the numbers as well. So there may be a name and number that may not be attached to one person. It could be multiple individuals, and you may happen to have the same property address, name, number, and the person that lives in that property, but they may not be the decision maker. However, they have insight to getting to this, speaking to the decision maker, then may work or perform in that manner.
Hello, calls to this number are being screened by Smart Call Blocker. Please say your name after the tone.
Yeah. Let's see if it comes up twice. Oh, user's busy. Smart Call Blocker. Interesting.
Hello, calls to this number are being screened by Smart Call Blocker. Please say your name after the tone, then press pound.
Urban Malachi.
Please wait a moment while your call is connected. Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
Good evening. My name is Malachi Urban. I'm calling in concerns of your property that's located on 1012 McFarland Street. Calling to stop the foreclosure that is set for September the 3rd, 2024 at 10 a.m. I would like to discuss the options. If you would like to keep the property, stay in the property, we can accommodate you in that manner. And or if you want to take the property off your shoulders, we can accommodate you in that realm too. It's truly up to you. You can give me a call back. We can discuss these options. Best case contact number for me is 202-878-3736. Once again, the number is 202-878-3736. It'd be great. Appreciate it. Hope to hear from you in due time. Take care. Bye. All right, so I'm sending that number that was pretty freaking out of this freaking world, because if you got a call up dialer like that for your phone, wonder who else is trying to get in contact with you. Just curious. Curiosity excites. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to drop that number there. And then I'm going to use our script. If you need the scripts, drop it below. Type script. Type script. All right, and that's set for September the 3rd. At 10 a.m. All right, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking handsome. Wow. Hi. All right, that was the landline number. Still gonna send it anyhow. It's like 25 cents. Oh, this one's a wireless number. Fingers crossed. Lord, be a lady tonight.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be complete.
All right, that number is no good.
Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Miss Virginia Rodriguez?
No,
Do you know how I can get in contact with her?
no.
No? Okay. Do you know the owner of 1012 McFarland Street?
No, you have wrong number.
Okay. If you know somebody that's selling a home or buying a home or needs to buy a home, you give me a call back?
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'm going to send you my number so you'll have it. We like to pay up to $1,000 for every house you bring us, okay? All right. That'll work. That'll work. All right, guys. I'm just going to call it there. I'm going to send them an email, and we're going to find that property owner. We're going to find you. If you live under a rock, we're going to find you. You're going to sell us your home. Sell us your home. That's how we do it. All right, guys. That's all I got for you guys this evening. Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Carpe diem.